Everybody came? Janare tatavane jagamanalabha Heva dakshinanitai chan Vame gadadara dakshinanitai Nikate Satachini Vasa Chhatradhara Se Baba se Gaurachan Ratna Simhasane Basi Arati Brahma Adi Devagana Ara Devanara Adi Kore Kamara Dhulaya Nara Sanjayamo Kunda Vaso Gosha Adigaya Shankha Baje Nanta Baji Baji Korotala Madhurabhi Ganga Baje Paramarasala Madhura Madhur Madhur Baje Madhur, 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 Baji, Madhur, Madhur. Shankar Baje, Kanta Baji, Madhur, 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 Baji, Shankar. Madhura Madhura मधुर बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे बहु कोटि चंद्रजिनी वदन उज्ज्वला बहु कोटि चंद्र गालादेशवनामाला तोरे झलमाला शिवा शिवा शुकना राधा रेमी गदा गदा शिवा शुकना पूर्वकति विनोदातके गोरार संपदा देवा जायो तोरा चांदी आरती को शोभा जानवी कथावने जगावनलु भाया जगा जना मनालो भाया जना मना लोभा रघुरांगीरा रति को शोभा जगा जना मना लोभा शोभा जगा जना माना लोभा गोरा जना माना लोभा नित्य गोर हरिवा हरिवा हरि बोल हरि बोल नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमः नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी वचकर साधिने नाम जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Bol Har Bol Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Bola Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga Jaya. Nitai Gauranga Jaya, Gaura Hare, Nitai Gauranga Jaya. Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana. जय सच्चिदानंद गौर हरे जय सच्चिदानंद गौरा गौरा गौर हरे गौरा 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 हरे गौरा गौरा पतित पावन गौर हरे पतित पावन पतित पावन गौर हरे जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेव जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथ नयन पथगामी भवतु ओ जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथ जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथ हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Jaya Nitya Gaura Sundar Jaya Nitya Gaura Sundar Nitya Gaura Sundar Jaya Nitya Gaura Sundar Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Radhe Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra Jaya Sudarshana Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Tagore Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Tagore Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Tagore Hari Jai Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे सब प्रणाम कीजिए। जय ओम विश्वपाद परमत परिव्राज अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद हृदयवांग से भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय। जय ओम नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट चल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर शिल प्रभुपाद महाराज की जय। गौर के सदा बाबा के महाराज की जय। सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर जय। गुरु परंपरा की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद के जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर के जय। प्रेम से गौ जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद के जय। जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोधन गजे चिन्नावदीप माया विधाम गजे मथुरा वृंदन द्वारका श्री अयोध्या विधाम गजे पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथ विधाम गजे भगवान जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा देवी श्री सुदर्शन चक्र गजय श्री श्री राधा माधव गजय गिरी गोविंद गिरिराज गजय निताय निताय गौर सुंदर गजय पंच तत्व के जय गंगा माँ यमुना में के जय वृंद जय भक्त देव के जय समस्त भक्त वृंद के जय हरि नाम संख्य के जय संकीर्तन के जय इस्कॉन बाल्टीमोर यात्रा की जय निता निता निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल ऑल ग्लोरीज assembled devotees हरे कृष्ण all glorious assembled devotees हरे कृष्ण all glorious assembled devotees हरे कृष्ण all glory all Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga Goswami Prabhupada.
Namaste Narashringaya Namaste Narashringaya Prahladalanadaine Hiranyakashipurvakshahai Shrilatankanatayane Ito nashima bharato nashima Yato yato yamita to nashima Vaye nashima hridaye nashima Narashimha manim saranam prapade Tava kana kamala bare nagamadhuta shringa dalita hiranyakashipu daravana keshadira narahari rupa jai jagadish Hare Nrsingadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya, Jaya Prabhupada. Nrsinga Bhagwan ki, Prahlad Maharaj ki.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Welcome back, Ramesh Prabhu. We missed our Ramesh Prabhu here. Welcome back. So, first of all, I'd like to thank you, the pujaris, for dressing the deities so nicely. Loud Haribol for them, please. Yesterday we had a phenomenal, we had a Rath Yatra in Frederick. It was so beautiful, like 600 people were there, it was very nice. We didn't publicize in our ISKCON Baltimore there because it's the first time. And the hall they had given us warning that not more than 400 people could come there. So we had to put a limitation on that. That's why we couldn't publicize too much. Some devotees were saying that we didn't advertise because that was the reason, because if too much, then they would have just canceled the event completely for them. But it was very well attended. So I think next year, we may just go Main Street actually, with big chariot and big Jagannath there for that one. It's a very beautiful area. I think the Frederick is really upcoming things. And we are so enamored, like how wonderfully it was there. Many devotees said it was even better than Baltimore Rath Yatra because there is no hiccups. We just go around the school. It was so wonderful, and people are just open-hearted dancing. So we'll continue for that one. Upcoming programs, Monday onwards, tomorrow onwards, we'll have Jhulan Yatra Festival, which is going to start. Jhulan Yatra start tomorrow. We'll have Swing Festival every day, 6:45 till like 7:15, 7:20. We'll have Jhulan will start actually. And then every day it will go to Balram Purnima, which is Friday, which is the day that final Swing Festival will be there. So remember, Monday onwards, you can come 6:40 to 7:15, and you can be part of Jhulan Yatra Festival for that. And the main festival will be Balram Purnima, which will be a Friday also. Also, Tuesday, requesting all devotees, our dear Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Vedvyas Maharaj, his Vyas Puja is there this coming Tuesday. So requesting as many devotees can come and take blessing. It says that when a Vaishnav Thakur's Vyas, remembrance, appearance, remembrance, both should be remembered, Tirobhav and Avirbhav, it gives a lot of blessings to devotees. So the more devotees come, be part of it, hear what other disciples are saying about him, glorification, Pushpanjali, Kirtan, everything, it's really wonderful itself for that one. And then I think there's a special speaker coming from all the way from Vrindavan, Harivansh Prabhu. He's going to talk a little bit about Rup Goswami's appearance day. And then after several days, he'll have programs also. So this is nutshell, but Vedvyas Maharaj Vyas Puja will be on Tuesday. Now we are praying that next year Maharaj can himself be here, and we can have personal Vyas Puja for him, because this could be the only chance. We don't know how long Maharaj will be here on this planet, so we're going to ensure that whoever Vaishnav Thakur is, we can take care of that. And then the week after is our biggest festival of the year. Does anybody know what that is? Janmashtami, Shri Krishna Janmashtami. Last year we had record 6,000 to 7,000 people there. This year we even expecting much more, because who we met in Frederick, they all are promised to come there itself. So we can a lot of people, we need a lot of help, volunteers help, everything. This week onwards, we're going to set up some requests for volunteers who like to volunteer what services. It will be really helpful because we need help in every section. From parking is the most thankless job that Gopal Prabhu does on his own. If some volunteers can come and help out, that'll be really wonderful for that one. So without taking too much time, I think our kids, Sunday school kid, Jagannath class has a special program for like 10 minutes. Then our dear speaker, Sundaram Prabhuji, will be in class for that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Today our Sunday school kids from Jagannath class, age group 8 to 13, they will be presenting our Mercies of Lord Jagannath.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Today I'm going to start off our presentation with some Pranam mantras of Lord Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra to take their blessings and permission to start this presentation. Deva Deva Jagannatha Praparnathi Vinashana Trahimam Pundari Kaksha Patita Mam Bhava Sagare Jaya Devi Bhakti Tatri Prasida Parameshwari Jaya Devi Subhadra Tvam Rahini Namaste Stu Halagraha Namaste Mushalayuda Namaste Revati Kanta Namaste Bhaktavatsala Sudarshana Mahajwala Koti Surya Samaprabha Ajnanatimirandhanam Vaikunta Padapradarsakha. Hare Krishna, my name is Kavya and today we will be glorifying Lord Jagannath's merciful eyes. The Lord's eyes are black and are round, and in color they are red and black. Lord Jagannath does not have any eyelids, so he shows continuous mercy, darshan to his devotees by giving mercy. The Lord is called Padmalochana. Padma means lotus and Lochana means eye. The Lord is also called Chakaki, Chakadola, and Chakanayana. All these describe Lord Jagannath's round eyes. I will be presenting a shloka from Jagannath Ashtakam. It's the 6th verse. This describes his beautiful eyes. Parabrahma pira kuvalaya dalotfulla nayano nivasi niladrau nihita charano nanta sirasi rasanandurada sarasa vapura lingana suko Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me. Dalatfula Nayana describes Lord Jagannath's eyes as full-blown red lotus petals. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everyone. My name is Gaurangi, and today I'm going to be telling a story about a very great devotee of Lord Ram, Vibhishna. After Ravana died, Vibhishna was made to be the king of Lanka, and he asked Lord Ram, how can he take darshan of his Lord. Then Lord Ram, he revealed into Jagannath, so then Vibhishna can take his darshan every day. When Vibhishna always takes darshan, like there was a person named Pata Joshi that came to take darshan, but then he didn't let him. So then in the night, when Pata Joshi was sleeping, in his mind, Jagannath came and he told Pata Joshi to, when someone comes to enter to take darshan of Lord Jagannath, lower the cane and hide somewhere nearby. Whenever they exit, lift the cane and ask their name. That will lead them to invaluable treasure. So then when Pata Joshi did that, so then when they were exiting, so then Pata Joshi lifted the cane and asked his name. The answer came out as Vibhishna, king of Lanka. So then before Vibhishna left, Pata Joshi asked to Vibhishna that if he could have one token or something. So then instead Vibhishna gave him his bangle big as a chariot's wheel. And then forever, Pata Joshi has that as a memory. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Today the story I am going to talk about tells about a girl named Padma who cries out for the Lord in her prayers. The Lord, being merciful, comes to see her sing her prayers. One day a girl named Padma was born on a farm. Every day she used to pick fruits and vegetables while singing the Gita Govindam. Lord Jagannath was very attracted to her singing. One day Lord Jagannath came to hear her prayers out loud. While he was following Padma, Padma was picking eggplants. The trees over there had a lot of thorns, so while Lord Jagannath was passing through, all his clothes got torn. Suddenly, he realized it was time for Mangala Aarti. He quickly went back to the altar and sat there. Suddenly, when the pujaris opened the curtains, they realized Lord Jagannath's clothes were torn. They informed the king about this. Suddenly, one day in the king's dream, Lord Jagannath came and explained what happened. Then the king the next day with the army went to Padma's farm and told Padma to go sit and sing Gita Govindam to Lord Jagannath every day and move to the city. From then on, Gita Govindam is sung to Lord Jagannath every time before he sleeps. Hare Krishna.
That's it from today. Thank you for the beautiful presentation from the kids, and a special thank you to Bhavya. She's from the UMBC team and she put the presentation together. Thank you.
That was so amazing. I think it felt like listening to stories of Jagannath, just thinking about next year, what we can do for him. You have any suggestions? We're going to go all out for Jagannath, 50 years for him. So I think this is time to start thinking, giving suggestions, things, points, so we can make an amazing festival for him. He'll be so happy. Maybe he can roam around in the vegetable garden, and then his clothes can get torn there too. Okay, without taking too much time, we're very honored to have His Grace Sundaram Prabhuji here. Sundaram Prabhuji, I think, is one of the most revered devotees in ISKCON and around, for his humility, for his Shastric knowledge, for his guidance to so many devotees itself. He's senior disciple of his own is Ramavat Maharaj. He runs a wonderful morning Bhagavatam session for 20 minutes, summary-based Bhagavatam, which really helps many people to understand Bhagavatam in a rapid pace. So if you have not been enrolled, please be there. It's a really wonderful thing. They read one chapter, then Prabhuji gives summary of the chapter in 5-10 minutes. So this way, your morning comes very, very nicely for that one. So without taking too much time, His Grace Sundaram Prabhuji. Thank you. Also, can devotees move forward? There's plenty of space, so we can move forward for that. Also, I think yesterday in the Rath Yatra, we had, I think, 5 Srimad Bhagavatam sets were distributed. So it's loud, wonderful efforts from book distributors. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna devotees, we will offer brief prayers and we will get started. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yeah. Thank you Nilabada Prabhu for the opportunity to prepare myself. This class is primarily for me, so I can speak for myself. I was thinking about the topic. I was thinking all of us, especially me, struggle with how to make time for the success that we want to achieve in our life. So that is what I wanted to explore and hear from devotees and read from Bhagavad Gita, so that we can discuss about that. The topic title is Making Time for Being Successful. That is the topic. So overall, two broad themes will be there in this topic, very high level broad themes. One theme is, what does success mean? That is one broad theme. And then how do we make time for that success, whatever that success means to each one of us, like that. So those are two broad themes. So we'll focus on the success. So because the topic is making time for success, I was listening to Swami Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj, and he was introducing a nice quiz, like a 20-point quiz. So the way it works is, I'll read out the 20 points, and each of us will evaluate. Okay, if that is true to me, I'll add one in my mind or something. And if second question is not true for me, then I don't add a point. But if it's true for me, I add a point, like that. That's how we'll calculate the total at the end of 20 questions, okay? This is from Swami Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj. So first question is, am I doing every day, am I expanding my learning? Am I upgrading myself every day by learning something new, by reading Shastra or by hearing from scriptures, sadhus, like that? So first question. So if I'm doing that, then no points for me. If I'm not doing that, I got 1 point. Yeah? Second, keep count of yourself. You don't need to share any with anybody. At the end, you can tally. Second thing is, when I'm ready to take rest at the end of the day, do I have a huge backlog of things that I want to do, but I still not done in that day? That is the second thing. So if I don't have anything to do, I'm peacefully sleeping, then no point for me. But if I have a backlog of things to do, then I get 1 more point. Yeah. Third one, I don't feel comfortable when I have a lot of time left somehow. Time off is there in some day, and there's no pressing responsibilities. Normally, we're all struggling for time. But if I get free time also, then I'm feeling uncomfortable. I don't know what to do, like that. So if I feel like that, then I get 1 point. If not, I don't get a point, right? Okay, next, fourth one. Yeah, I think fourth one is, I regularly have huge backlog of calls to make for people. I need to catch up in talking to people. I need to catch up in responding to their emails. I need to catch up in responding to their messages. I'm not up to date yet. So if that is the situation for me, I get 1 more point. Next one is, fifth, I feel all my energy is taken by my office work or my career. So at the end of the day, I don't have energy to do anything. I can't talk to anybody. I don't feel like talking to anybody. I don't feel like taking Bhagavad Gita. I don't feel like doing chanting, nothing. So my energy is all gone with the career. If that is true for me, I'll add 1 point for myself. Yeah. Then next one is, I feel like whatever spiritual practice I'm doing is very mechanical. That means I don't put my heart into it. I just get it done, whether it's chanting or hearing or reading, like that, without putting my heart into it, like that. So if that is true, then it is 1 point. Then next one, I consciously avoid spending time with others because others will take up too much time. Because I have so many things to do, I avoid talking to others, I avoid spending time with others like that. If that is my schedule, then I get 1 point like that.
This one, is it like conscious spend time with devotees or other people?
Yeah, even meaningful relationships, we can't spend time with everybody. It's a good thing not to spend time with all the world. But some meaningful relationships also, if I'm not avoiding them, because I'm so busy, I have too many things to do. So that is what this is about. Then a point comes for that, yeah? Hopefully you are tracking. Then once we have the total, we'll figure out where we all stand, yeah? I rarely spend time to reflect and introspect my life's direction. So if somebody asks me, what is your goal in next 5 years? What are your goals for next 5 years? Am I able to answer it? Am I able to reflect from time to time? Am I progressing towards my goals or not? So that is the question. If I'm not doing it, I get 1 point. If I'm doing it, no point, yeah? Then I rarely do something for others selflessly, either charity or welfare work or some service selflessly. I rarely do it. That means I'm not doing it regularly. If I'm not doing it regularly, I get 1 point. The next one is, I find it hard to sleep or I do not get enough sleep. So that means when I try to get rest, how long it takes to get to sleep, number one. Number two, how many total hours I get to sleep, quantity and quality both. If I'm not getting quality sleep, I get 1 point. So then a few more things. And then I lose my friendships or relationships due to anger or due to failing to respect other people. If that is happening because I'm losing some relationships because I'm angry with them or I'm not respecting them sufficiently, then I get 1 point. Then I rarely think about God and consciously spend time with Him. That means I don't have any time to spend time for prayer with God, peacefully stay near Him and offer Him glorification like that. Then I get 1 point if I am not able to do that. So next is, when friends call me or want to talk to me, I rarely have time to talk anything with them. All interactions are with others are to get something done only. I don't have any time to talk, how are you, what you're doing, what are your children doing, nothing like that. So then I get 1 point if I'm not able to do that. Then I always see, everywhere I go, every person I see, I always see problems or faults in them. So if I'm doing that, then I get 1 point. Then I am having health issues that are related to stress, anxiety, or irregular habits. Irregular means sleeping at different time, eating at different time, like that, irregular habits. So if I have health issues like that, I get 1 more point. Then I have not taken any holiday in the last 1 year to disconnect from my regular day-to-day. That means no vacation time, no break in a busy schedule for me. If that's the case, I get 1 more point. Next one is, my close relationships, my partner, my children, complain that I do not spend quality time with them. Then I get 1 point like that. Then no time, I don't have any time for spending on any self-development, to develop myself or something that I like to do, hobby. If that is the case with me, then I get 1 point. Then whenever I have a fixed schedule in my life, but whenever some emergency comes, I cannot adjust to it. That means there's no free time at all in my schedule. Everything is packed up. So any small emergency comes, I'm gone. If that is the case, 1 point I get. So then this is a slightly repeat of previous one. Most of my interactions with people are to get things done only, nothing more than that. Yeah? Hopefully you all gone through it. Hopefully nobody will ask me to repeat all of this. Time will be over. So now you should have total, okay? Once you have the total, if you're anywhere between 0 to 6, that means you're great in terms of balancing things in life in terms of time management in life. So very little improvement at all for you. If you are between 7 to 13, you have some adjustments to do in your life. So you can get still on track. You can still get balanced like that. Anything more than 13, you have some serious work to do. Okay, starting tonight. Okay. So that's what Swami Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj was giving. It's a nice thing, I thought. This is a reminder for us to see how our life is balanced or not, how we are able to conducting our life. This is a simple cross-checking, I thought it will be helpful for us. Now, remember I talked about two broad themes for this session. One is about success, defining success, and then another theme is about how to make our time for whatever that success looks like for us. So let us take 1 minute, 60 seconds. You can close your eyes and think at the end of the life, when by the way, this is from 7 Habits of Highly Successful Effective People from Stephen Covey. So modified version, simplest version. Basically, close your eyes and think that this is the end of your life and you passed away, and there's an assembly of several devotees and people who join to glorify. When I passed away, they came to glorify me. So now, what are the most important things you want them to remember myself as? What I want others to remember me as at that time? The most important things I consider as success for my life, like that. So this is one way to think about it. Second way to think about it is what I have done for my eternal benefit as a spirit soul by the end of the life. What I should have done. Like that, think about it. That way you define what is your success for yourself. I'll give you a few more seconds. Normally this exercise needs more time, but considering we have very little time in the class, so we can continue. So this is a good exercise for you to think about. This way we all can define what is the success for us in our life. And that will drive what is the vision for our life for us. And that will drive what are the goals I need to have for long term, 20 years from now. What are my goals? Like that we need to define. Once we have the long-term goals, then we can define the short-term goals, 1 year goals, 1 quarter goals, 1 month goals, and daily or weekly goals also we can define. But it all starts with what is the success for us. Because direction, where we are going is very important. This is a common thing. So recently I moved and I started going by metro trains. So it's very important I don't go the train in the opposite direction. So I need to know where is this train going? I need to find out first by seeing the board or by asking somebody. Otherwise I'll end up going in the opposite direction. So similarly, otherwise I can think I will not be productive. I want to go fast. I'll go in some train and go in the opposite direction. So that's not the way for us to reach a successful life. So now everyone has a definition of success. So we practicing devotees have not only success in terms of the material positions, material situation, we also have success in terms of spiritual position. Spiritual position as a constitutional servant, as a part and parcel of Krishna, servant of Krishna. What is my duty, like that? So there are two Sanskrit terms used in Bhagavad Gita, Swadharma and Sanatana Dharma. These are two duties we have. Dharma, in this context, I am using as a duty. Dharma can be used in many different contexts, like religion is another way to use faith is another way to use. So in this context, I'm using as a duty. What is my duty? So Arjuna, if you remember in the beginning of the battlefield, Mahabharat war, Arjuna, when such a big battle was there, a battle was about to start, and everybody was looking up to him because he is the greatest warrior. Everybody wants to see what he'll do next, like that. Even in such a difficult time, such a tense situation, he took time out to reflect. So, what does he say? He says, Krishna, please take the chariot in the middle of the battlefield so that I can see who are all assembled. So, this is one important lesson for us. So, whenever we're wanting to proceed towards our goal, it's not just running like that. You need to take time to reflect. Where am I, which direction I'm going? Is it the right direction or not? And am I achieving the success I want to do? Am I making steps towards the success goals I have, like that? So that reflection time is very, very important. If Arjuna can take that time in the middle of the battlefield like that, then we all can take time in whatever we're doing in life. Some people say, I don't have time to think about anything. I just do. So that is like an example I gave, where I may be going in a train, but I may be going in opposite direction. So that is not good. So what is good is take periodically time to reflect and contemplate on what is my goal. And it is okay to refine our goals also. As we purify, as we learn more and more from Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, our goals also can get refined also. That's absolutely okay. So we need to make time to refine our goals as we go forward in life. And then reflection can be daily once, and then weekly sometime, and then monthly, like that, at periodical intervals. In fact, even many devotees take time to go to spiritual pilgrimage like Yatra every year. This is one of the good time for reflecting. Where am I going? How am I doing in a spiritual journey? Do I need to make any adjustments, like that? So that's another opportunities. We need to make that opportunities. So not wait for a time to come, but make the time to come. This is one of the important principles. Whenever we think about, whenever someone says, I don't have time, whenever I say I don't have time for this, I don't have time reading for Bhagavad Gita, what that means is, I don't understand and value the importance of reading Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, I don't have time for this. That means I don't value or I don't know the priority or importance of that activity, like that. So when we see like that, then we start to make time for what is important. Otherwise we think, it's not in my control. I am not able to get time. No, we are responsible. I am responsible to make time for what is valuable for me. Because each of us decide what is valuable for us. And how we decide what is valuable for us? Usually based on the values we carry and based on the attitudes we have. So the values are, like for example, honesty. I want to be honest. I want to be punctual. Like these are values. Those will drive the behavior. And those are supported by the different attitudes. Attitudes are like, I want to be a nice devotee. I want to be a good disciple. I want to be a good student in the college. Like that. These are attitudes. So those values and attitudes shape our behavior finally. So we talked about briefly about success involves taking care of swadharma, that means dharma or duty in this life, in this world, and also sanatana dharma, that is my eternal dharma as a servant of Krishna, like that. So in order to do that, there are several things that we need to consider. For example, Arjuna at the beginning of the first chapter and beginning of the second chapter also, he was making calculations of what is the right thing to do at this time, like that. He is very thoughtful. He is very thoughtful. So I will ask one question, this helps. So all of us know that we all want to do spiritual practice every day, or sadhana every day. Chanting, hearing, reading, whatever each of us have the spiritual goals, daily spiritual goals. We all know that we want to do that. But some things make it very, very hard. this interactive time. I hope somebody shares. So what makes it hard to do spiritual practice every day for us? What are some things that will make us hard for us to do spiritual practices? You can share without raising hand also. Distractions? Yeah. Thank you. Unexpected services? Yeah, thank you. Less sleep? Yeah, thank you. Phone? Yeah. Distractions from phone? Yeah, correct. Not proper allocation of time? Wonderful, yeah. Laziness? Yeah, thank you. Anything else? Anything else stops us from doing what we want to do spiritually? Discipline? Wonderful, yeah. Procrastination? Wow, perfect, yes. Overthinking? Yes. Nice. Anything else? Rakesh Mati. What was it? Unnecessary gossiping. Wonderful point. Yeah, that touches to the where we are going next. Yeah, perfect. Always changing the priorities. Yeah, very nice. So if you notice, Arjuna had a solution for all of these things. What was Arjuna's solution in the beginning of first chapter and second chapter beginning? Anybody knows? Yes? And then go where? Go to the forest. So if you analyze all of this, if you, in those days forest means there's nothing. There's no Airbnb, nothing like that. Real forest, yeah? No cell phone signal, nothing. So if you go to the forest, are all these problems going away? No distractions, no phone, no responsibilities, all these problems are going away. So is it the right solution? No. Why not? Why is not the right solution? Perform more duties, you said? Perfect. Very nice. So that is not a practical solution. Running away from duties, running away from everything, giving up everything, renunciation is not the path of bhakti that Krishna recommends for us. Path of bhakti includes spiritualizing everything we do and doing what is favorable for bhakti. Both are important. Yeah. So first of all, pick activities that are favorable to bhakti and then spiritualize them by remembering Krishna at the same time. So the way we can categorize these are these hard things that make it hard for us to practice spiritual things is the physical level or practical level that somebody is disturbing us, all those practical level. Second is at the mental level, mind level. That means the distractions, inattention, not being able to focus. All those things are at mental level, or over worrying or overthinking. All these are at mental level. So if I go to the forest, then at the practical level, I will not be able to maintain myself. Especially in these days, forests don't have even fruit trees also. At least in Dhruv Maharaj days, there are some fruits that are falling down from trees. No, we don't even have that now. Because the trees are considered pious when they bear fruits and flowers. So those are also not there now much. So I cannot practically maintain myself at the practical level, number one. Number two, at the mental level, I'll be thinking about my family, my wife, my children. Oh, if I were there now, I would have gone to work now. All those things I will think like that. So that is at the mental level. So mind is not peaceful. Even though I'm physically there in the forest, my mind is there in the city. That is the next level. And then at the spiritual level also, when I go into forest and leaving everything, what is happening is I am losing all the positive and negative impetuses in the world that will help me to grow in bhakti. What I mean by that? So for example, like association of all these devotees to discuss Krishna Katha. So that is not there in the forest. Those are the positive impetus like that. And then negative impetus is, I'm going through some hard struggle in this world, some difficulty comes. Then that should be impetus for practicing devotee like me to take shelter of Krishna more sincerely, more seriously. Whereas if I'm out there then I can become complacent and stay like that without moving forward in spiritual life much also. That possibility is there. However, there are some rare souls that can practice sadhana in that situations very nicely also, but not for majority of us. So it's not practical for us. So that means we need to learn to do swadharma or responsibilities along with Sanatana Dharma together. Then comes, already I am so busy, how can I get any more time for spirituality? That's the next question comes. And then naturally, when we are not able to handle everything and include spirituality in my life right now, what I will do? I'll say, I will take care of spirituality after I figure out my next promotion for the job. It will come in 3-4 months anyway. After that, I'll start chanting now, chanting like that. After that, I'll go to Bhagavad Gita class like that. That's what my mind proposes naturally. Out of the difficulty of not being able to manage time. Right? And then, otherwise, I'll postpone saying that, oh, in 5 years, I'm going to earn so nicely now. I'm going to work very hard and I'm getting a lot of money. And I'll invest them very much. I'll get $5 million in 5 years. Then I will retire early. Then I will 100% of the time I'll put for Krishna then. That may be other way of thinking like that. This I call it as 0% and 100% thinking. That means I only think about I will do 100% or I will do nothing. I cannot think I will do 10% better than right now. In fact, it is described, if you do every day 1% better, then we are in better shape. I forgot the number, 10 or 20% better by the end of the year, like that. So small increments growth is very valuable for us. But some of us might be limited by thinking, I will do 100% of the time for Krishna. But not now, right now, after 5 years, like that. By that, we are actually deferring the growth that we are planning to do now. Most of you might have heard about compound interest and the importance of saving money for retirement probably. If very briefly, the early days you start saving for retirement, the money will grow like anything. So when we are old and when we retire like that. Because time works like that. Time works in our favor for compounding. Similarly, anything we do in spiritual life, actually, we may think this is a small improvement. That small improvement leads to another small improvement. That leads to another small improvement. Like that, we grow tremendously by starting. So those of us who might have starting trouble in one of the spiritual goal we want to take up, but we did not take up, we need to remember this point. That I need to start. That is important. When I get time later on, when I get retired, I will do 8 hours a day. But right now, I will do 15 minutes every day. That initiative we need to take to start any of the goals we have. Whether it be becoming healthy in terms of body, or whether in terms of mind, learning something new to keep the mind fresh, or in terms of the spirit soul, in terms of chanting, hearing, reading, like that. So whatever spiritual goals we have, we need to make a start at least. In habit experts, they call about mini habits and habits like that. That means let us say I want to become healthy. So I decide every day I will walk for 1 hour. But usually our life circumstances are such that every day I will not get 1 hour. So then I need to at least do 5 minutes walking. That's called the mini habit. That way I'll keep the consistency going, and then today I will do 5 minutes, but tomorrow I will do 1 hour again. Or tomorrow also 5 minutes, but day after tomorrow 1 hour again, like that. But most of the people like me, what I do is 0% or 100%. Oh, today I cannot do 1 hour. I can only do 40 minutes. No, I will do 1 hour. So I will do tomorrow. That's not good. At least 40 minutes is great. Or at least 5 minutes is great, like that. So that will help us to progress towards goal. So every little action we are doing towards the goal will go a long way. That is the principle. And another important principle is, especially for devotees, the more we utilize our time properly in Krishna consciousness, time expands for us. Why? Krishna is merciful. Krishna sees, oh, this devotee is trying his best to be given his time. So it expands. How does the time expand? Everybody has 24 hours time, right? So the way time expands is, I don't have interest to do something that will waste my time anymore. So that time is saved and I'll use it for something productive like that. Second thing is, the situations in life are arranged by Krishna in such a way that I don't need to waste on that thing anymore because somebody is helping, somebody is taking care of that like that. So that's how when I utilize my time properly, I get more time. Probably this is one of my questions during my Bhagavatam reading. Will Krishna take away all my money? I will not have any money. That was my doubt in my first time of Bhagavatam reading. Okay? Because I heard the controversies. I'm little analytical, so I used to see. One statement is, Krishna gives everything we need. And the statement is, Krishna takes everything we don't need. So now how do we process it? Will he take away my job? Will he take away my money? Will he take away my peacefulness? I used to think. Then the solution for that is, as long as I try my best sincerely, not 100%, try my best sincerely, whatever I have to utilize in Krishna's service, whether it's my abilities, whether it's my resources, whether it's my influence, whatever I have, I try my best to use it in Krishna's service. Then Krishna will preserve it and give me more like that. So that was helpful for me during my Bhagavatam reading. After several cantos of reading, I got to that conclusion from Prabhupada purpose only. So that is the other thing. That means we need to utilize what we have, then Krishna will give over. Some people may think other way around. Okay, I want to do your bhakti, Krishna. You make me do bhakti. I don't do anything. You make me do. Whenever he makes me do, I'll do. Like that. Krishna gave me his body. Krishna gave me this voice. Krishna gave me this eyesight to read. So I utilize whatever he has given already. Then Krishna give me more to do like that. So that is the other important principle to remember, to make time for Krishna. And the thing is, there are different frameworks are there for time management. Many of you might have heard. Eisenhower matrix is one framework. All the whatever things we need to do, divided into 4 quadrants like that. To-do list is another methodology. Bullet journal method. I'm just giving names, not details. And then getting things done in the method. Whatever method works for you. But the principles I'll share with you. The principle is, what direction we are going is most important. That means, you need to take care of Swadharma and Sanatana Dharma together. Not postpone either of them. That is the first principle. So now, to take care of Swadharma and Sanatana Dharma, then we need to make sure we prioritize what we want to do. I think someone was saying about not prioritizing. So, how do we prioritize it? Like we need to, let us say we talked about a 20-year goal, that translates to 5-year goal, 1-year goal, quarterly goal like that, right? When we translate that, we need one methodology. Of course, there are different, one methodology I'm talking about. There are many methodologies to do it. One methodology I like is schedule the time in the calendar on a weekly basis or monthly basis or daily basis, whatever works for you. Certain goals, I do action every day. That means towards my goal to be successful, I will do some time every day for certain goals. That can be 5 minutes, that can be 15 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, whatever works. Certain goals, I make sure I have time once a week at least. Certain goals, I need to make sure I have once a month. Certain goals beyond that, longer time frame like that. So, like that, we need to schedule the time for it. This principle is very valuable because I cannot take care of all the goals in my life in one day. That is why I need to spread out some things. For example, I cannot do office work, I cannot do spirituality fully, to the extent I want, and then I cannot talk to all my friends in one day. All these things I cannot do one day. So then I schedule my time in such a way that all goals are progressing, whether it's in daily time frame or weekly time frame like that. So that is one way to make progress towards our goal, make time for our goals. Another important principle is maximizing the time we have. How do we do that? The way we do it is, we see the activities I'm doing currently, I'll monitor the activities that I'm doing currently. and they classify them by three things. One of the things is most important. Is this leading towards my inner fulfillment and satisfaction, towards my ultimate success in life? That is the first thing to consider. Second thing is, am I doing it just because it's very urgent? Am I doing it is because it's important? So generally, material circles, they talk about urgent and importance. His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhu wrote a book on time management. In that, he introduced a third angle, which is inner fulfillment, like that. So the idea is, I need to focus on important things in life that are contributing to my inner fulfillment, like that. Not focus on the urgent things. But if urgent thing happens to be important, then I need to take care of it. But the idea is that if I'm taking care of important things in scheduled manner, then number of urgent things that come up will be reduced in my life, like that. So that is how, when we focus on important things and focus on what are contributing to the inner self-fulfillment, then we get to the final successful life journey, like that. Another aspect is, when we are prioritizing, there is a principle called big rocks first. It takes a lot of time to explain, but let us say there's a jar. If you want to put a lot of big rocks and also small rocks and sand, first we need to put big rocks and then small rocks, then sand, and then we can put water also inside. But if you put water inside first, big rocks also don't go, like that. So similarly, some people say eat the frog first, first, like that. That means basically whatever is the most important thing, even though it's very difficult to do, take care of that first in your schedule, like that. So that is the other aspect, other principle to remember in terms of prioritizing. And then some things in our life we need to monitor. Are they wasting time? Are they not contributing to any of my success goals? We need to evaluate. Then we can eliminate them altogether. So that we can happen when we have time for reflection. What am I doing? Is it contributing to my goals or not, like that? So another last aspect is the integration aspect. That means we can integrate a couple of things together. For example, when we're traveling somewhere, we can hear something. That way we're integrating the travel time with spiritual hearing also. Or when we're doing exercise, when we're doing walking, we can hear something. That's how we're integrating. This is another principle of time management. I think the Anuttam Prabhu, about 15-20 years ago, he shared with this principle. I was telling, I don't find time to hear much. What should I do? He said, when you're doing exercise, when you're doing traveling, then hear. That's how you can integrate both of them together, like that he was telling, Anuttam Prabhu was telling. So like that, we can integrate in our life. So essentially, 2-3 other principles I'll share, and then we can conclude with any comments or questions you might have. So first thing is, remember from Arjuna's example in Bhagavata, 3 broad things we can learn. One is, Shri Radha Madhav ki jai, Giriraj Govardhan ki jai, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki jai, Nitai Gaur Sundar ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So I will not take much longer. I am just summarizing some high-level themes from Arjuna Krishna's conversation, so we can learn something from that conversation. This is also from Swayam Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj. So Arjuna, even in the middle of the battlefield, such an important item, such a tenseful activity, still it took time to reflect, time to contemplate what is the right thing to do, number one. Number two, once we make the time, we are supposed to challenge the status quo. My grandfather used to do the same thing, my mother used to do the same thing, my friends used to do the same thing, I also do the same thing. No. Is whatever I am doing, is it fulfilling my goals for Swadharma and Sanatana Dharma? That we need to reflect and contemplate on that. That way we can challenge our status quo, what is happening. So we can adjust to the right path again, like that. So that is one aspect. Second aspect is, so remember we talked about Swadharma and Sanatana Dharma. So it's a bigger topic. How do we align ourselves with Swadharma? That means basically doing the work that is aligned with our nature. For example, my nature is teaching, I do the job that helps in teaching. My nature is doing administration, then I do job that helps me in do administration, like that. But if I'm taking some opposite job, then it will not give me any fulfillment like that. That is in simple way. The way Swayam Bhagavan Krishna Maharaj explains in another class is that I find what is my passion, what do I like to do, and then what am I good at, passion plus expertise. So these two together. I might like to do different things, but I'm not good at doing some things also. So we need to make sure both are aligned like that. What I like to do, what I'm good at doing, and then what is service for society. So these three things we need to see. Passion, expertise and service, if you combine together, that becomes our Swadharma. How do you figure out this? That is the challenge, biggest challenge for most of us. The way to do that is analyzing ourselves, number one, and asking others who have seen her, who have known us well, and then trying out few things and then see, do we like doing those things like that? That is the way we can figure out the Swadharma. How do you figure out the Sanatana Dharma? By reading scriptures, by attending a regular association, having association with some guidance of a senior, in terms of Guru and Sadhu. When we hear from them, that's so we can get the clarity on Sanatana Dharma. What is Sanatana Dharma? How do we do Sanatana Dharma? Like that. That gives us impetus to do Sanatana Dharma like that. So that's the other aspect. So essentially, take time to reflect on our success goals, both in terms of Swadharma and Sanatana Dharma. Understand what it means, how it can be done, and then progress towards it by taking the tools of time management and do them both. That way, we can lead a happy life, balanced life, and we can reach the success also towards the end. One last thing I'll mention, generally success people see in terms of results. Whereas in Bhagavad Gita we learn, success is by following the process. Results is not in only our hands, results in Krishna's hands. So I may do the best thing, but I may not get the result I want. So, but as long as I do my endeavor perfectly, Krishna is very pleased. So all we are trying to do is please Krishna by showing your sincerity. Yeah. So that's the last thing I wanted to share. Now you can pause here. Anybody has any comments or questions? Yes, Prabhuji, go ahead.
Krishna Prabhuji, wonderful explanation of this. Thank you so much. I have one question, Prabhuji. How we will know that the things what we are doing in the right way also? Sometimes we think that is right from our angle, and we are satisfied with that, right? But there is no hunger of it.
Any particular aspect or?
Like, take it as a spiritual.
Good.
You know, you're doing, and you're thinking, yeah, I did it.
Very nice.
What is there?
Yeah.
But no hunger within. And then, because there is no limit. So
Correct.
then, that satisfaction sometimes leads to not meeting our goal.
Correct.
And sometimes we introspect also, and we figure out, okay, yeah, I'm not doing. But that introspection has to happen early. But still, like, sometimes people don't introspect. And in that case, how to
Correct.
handle that situation?
Thank you.
Guidance, or if you can reflect on it.
Sure. Thank you so much. So it's a nice question. So how do we know what we're doing is the right thing, or are we going the wrong track like that? And then also, how do we know we're just complacent staying where we are, and how do we get that hunger to grow and go beyond where we are like that? So these two things are very easy to do in right association. So we need to always seek the right association. The right association can be in multiple levels. Always we need to have somebody who's doing better than us, little bit, at least. That way we can look towards them as our hero or our example to aspire towards like that. So when we look at very, very high examples, Dhruv Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, sometimes we may not get the inspiration. But we need to see somebody in between for our level like that. So take their association who is practicing seriously, strongly, and with hunger to grow in spiritual life. In any society, there are people, actually Swayam Bhagavan Krishna Maharaj gave another class, how to go from mediocrity in bhakti to better, like that. How to overcome mediocrity in bhakti. So he talks about any organization, 80% of the people chalta hai, average. 10% when will I get out, like that they'll say. Other 10%, how do you go to the next step? How do you go to the next step? I love it, like that. And I want to help this other person to go there like that. So we want to get to the other 10%. The way to do that is by doing intense bhakti. Intense bhakti happens by, there's a whole different class. Intense bhakti happens by quantity, increasing the quantity of bhakti and the quality of bhakti. And how do we get the inspiration to increase quantity or quality of bhakti? By taking the association of those who are focused on intense bhakti. Then we also get it. That is one aspect of the question. Another aspect is how do you evaluate whether I'm doing the right thing or not. That's why we have a mentor where we can share with them. First is when we're hearing classes or when we're reading, we evaluate. Oh, does it apply to me? Oh, they're telling this, I also do that thing. Maybe I should work on it. That is, reflection light out should be on for us. That's number one. Number two, we share with our mentors what we are doing, how we are doing, especially our realizations, our change in spiritual practices, our change in intensity of spiritual practices, whether it is sadhana or service. We share with them, then they can give feedback at the right time. So feedback is the right important ingredient in growing in any path, whatever. In fact, there's an expert who talks about, I forgot the book name, they talk about if any skill we want to learn is not about practicing too much, practicing a lot. Let us say I want to learn a piano. Piano is a common example habit experts give. It's not about doing piano every day, not about doing for hundreds of hours, taking feedback at the right time. So I don't learn something bad tune for 15 years, after that I find out. Not like that. So taking feedback regularly like that. So that is one way we can check. Thank you. Anything
Any
else?
other questions?
Any other comments, questions? If not, we can end here. Okay, so we'll say, Sri Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. So Prasadam is downstairs. So stairs are here in case somebody is new. Yeah. Thank you. Hare Krishna.